Hello, welcome back to Shocks Talks. This isn't a real episode, it's just an in-between episode because today I'm gonna paint this wall. And it's just like the little side room where I record, and I just wanted to give it a clean, fresh coat of paint. So I got this color. I think it's called, Aqua Glow. Ooh, you can see it. It's gonna be cute. And I wanted to tell you about this new person that I just discovered, Luis Minero. I think that's how you say his name, Luis Minero. He speaks like 5 different languages. He travels the world. He is a master of out-of-body experiences, and I've never heard about him before. And I heard an interview with him on the Your Superior Self podcast on YouTube, and then I looked up a couple of his other interviews online, and it's so similar to Tom Campbell's theory, which is cool. I like it when that happens because it kind of reinforces the fact that different people who are not connected, who are claiming to have these experiences of traveling out of body and learning about the nature of reality through their own experience of traveling the dimensions and interacting with other non-physical beings, and then they're coming back and they're having similar things to say about it. So to me, that's very fascinating, and I really liked his energy, his attitude, the simplicity with which he delivered the information, and also his website has so many offerings of energy workshops, and they're only like $20 for like an hour and a half session, which is so reasonable. And then he has a free Q&A time on Zoom as well. So I'm going to take one of his workshops, see what I can get out of it and what I can learn. And I also ordered his book. So I'll be reading this and then reporting back to you on this, Demystifying the Out-of-Body Experience, a practical manual for exploration and personal evolution. It's a nice workbook style book in a way. Like there's different little, illustrations, and it looks like a textbook. It looks like a school textbook to me. So I'm really excited about this. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot to get through, so it might take me a little while, but this looks really interesting. And while we're on the topic of out of body stuff, some of the conversations that I heard this guy talking in, he was talking about the guides or the non-physical entities that you can interact with that can help you in this life. And he was basically saying that there are reasons for us incarnating into this existence, and we are on a path of progressing or evolving the quality of our being, or he had a different way of calling it, but basically that there are these helpers along the way. And one of the things you might have heard about in the woo-woo fringe communities is this idea of downloads. But I think download is just a metaphor for receiving information from the larger consciousness system or from non-physical entities and experiencing that information immediately as like something that just came to you in a complete way. That's kind of how I think of downloads. And the reason I hopped on to make this bonus episode is because I just got a little random download, and it wasn't anything like the secret codes to crack whatever in reality. It was a song. It was just a song, and I was sitting at a red light and I was looking at the sky, and I just heard this little song, immediately sang it out loud, and it was completely formed, and I didn't mess with it at all. So I didn't write it, I didn't think about it, I wasn't trying out different words and different patterns. It just came out completely complete. And I would consider that a download. And maybe it's not a super important one because it isn't, maybe it's a subtle download where it's just there to help me to remember to stay open to that flow. And if I practice letting that come through and maybe even like writing it down like a dream or recording it or, singing it back out loud a couple of times, maybe I can receive more other interesting downloads as well. So I just thought that was kind of cool. And I'm going to sing you the song because it's really short. And in my mind, it feels like it needs like to me, it sounded like an Irish drum, like a heartbeat kind of drum. So I'm going to do it with my coffee cup. This is the song that just like popped into my head. Everything feels so low, I don't know why. Everything feels so tenuous, and the sky looks like it wants to cry, but can't let go. Everything feels so low, everything feels so low. And then I think it just like repeats and I could hear it. I don't know if it's around or if there's like harmonies to it. I think definitely harmonies, but isn't that interesting how a little thing can just pop into your consciousness like that? Anyway, I'm gonna paint. Cheers. Have a great day or night or whatever time it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you next time on Shocks Talks.